Okay, so I wanted to share with, because in-person events are really happening and people thrive off of that connection ever since COVID. And that was very evident at Heather's party. And so we're duplicating it at Marlene's. And so I just want to share what that looked like. Obviously, you can tweak it to fit your own based off of your teams, but I want to share like some of the most important things that really helped get people there. So first and foremost, obviously we know getting them there is critical. So you want something that's going to bring them in. For Heather's people, we knew wine was going to get them there. We knew cocktails were going to get them there. And so hers was specifically cocktails and conversation. And on the invite, we literally told them, come a little early. We're gonna have just a little gathering, have a glass of wine, little appetizers, just to connect and hang out before we actually get into the details of the presentation. So find out what that is that your people or that your person's people really connect with and they love, and make that happen. We also told them that every person that shows up will get a gift. So they had a bottle of water, they had a Slim, and they had an Active on their seats as they came in. And many of them took them home and they drank them the next day. And we got comments from them because they were able to sip it the whole day because our event was at night. So we're giving them samples. We're not obviously going to have them drink the whole freaking thing because then they would not sleep. So it worked out perfect for them to be able to have something the next day to see how it truly worked. And those Active gives them immediate results. So they're gonna notice something. Okay. But we also told them that you'll be in the drawing for a big giveaway. And so if they brought a friend, they got an extra ticket. Showing up, they got a ticket. And if they purchased that night, they got 3 tickets.
We repeat what they got tickets for bringing a guest,
For showing
for
up.
showing up.
Yep. And every guest
And
they brought.
trying.
So one brought 3 guests. And then for, if you join that night, you got 3 tickets. And her giveaway was a Joyome 30-day supply day and night regimen. So
Wow.
it was a big valued item that people wanted. But then she also had, so the big item, the Joyome, was for anyone that signed up that night. And everybody wanted it. So obviously that's why we signed so many. And we honored the ones that were standing in line and they're like, okay, it's 9:30. We got to go. Okay, we'll get you in there. We'll get, as long as we get it updated or processed before tomorrow night. Okay.
You had
But
2 different drawings going.
yeah. Yep. So the other drawing was a purse. Heather went and just bought a cute little purse. I don't even know. I mean, she got it at the shoe store. It was a super cute purse. And then she had one other gift. What was the other gift? 2 bags of Active. That was meaning someone got a month's supply of Active.
Oh, okay, a month's supply.
Mhm.
So a prize for the bringing a friend, a prize for showing up, and a big prize for purchasing.
We actually did the purse and the Active together. So we draw first
Oh, okay.
winner is, second winner is. And we did not do the drawings until the end, and they had to be present to win. There was one that left early and it was her number drawn. They were freaking fired up. Like, draw another one. She's out. She left. But but those are things we communicated up front. During the appetizer part with the wine, we had all the stuff sitting out, you know, the empty bottles. But in the appetizer piece, you had the cocktails here, but over here in the appetizers was meat and cheese, vegetable tray, and protein balls, chocolate and vanilla. So they're getting a little sweet with their wine. And by every single person that ordered that night ordered lean. They loved the balls. Obviously, some ordered chocolate, some ordered vanilla because they were like, I like that one better. But I mean, it was this huge hit, putting them out ahead of time. And one even took like 10 home, asked Heather if she'd put them in the back. This is what it is. Okay. And so we let them mingle for about 30 minutes. So we told them what time. We purposely planned 15 minutes early. But because they were socializing, asking questions, eating the balls, we wanted to let them go 15 more. And you guys, they were feeling good. They had their cocktails. It was perfect because they let their guard down. So when the presentations happened, they were more receptive, because a couple of them, when they first came in, you could see their look like, I mean, she had really some high people there, an attorney, blah, blah, blah. And so it was like, but by the time that 30 minutes and we were just socializing and mingling and getting to know each other, it was, that guard was pulled down. So mingling as the people, just socializing with them, just getting to know them, asking them questions, very laid back. So then when it was time, Christine started it off. Well, Heather actually introduced us. It was just a quick, thank you for coming. I'm so excited. I want to introduce, they're going to go over some products and share a little bit of their story, and I'll be back. And so, Christine, I actually started first, and I shared my story, and, through my story, we talked about the pink drink. And so when that happened, it turned to Christine and she explained the 2 pink drinks. So while she's explaining the 2 pink drinks, me and Heather are now pouring the different flavors of the pink drinks. And so while she's sharing, we go around and we're like, here's the first one. We had little cups and we gave them first sample of the microbiome and what flavor. Then we said, this one's hunger control and what flavor. And then this one is in both of them. So they got to try 3. The one advice I would give you is giving them something to write on, because we had to go back because they couldn't remember which flavor they loved the best. And so we had to go back and get them some that was over there, try it again. Oh, yep, that's the one I liked. So I would definitely recommend, like with Marlene, she's printing out a snippet on every product and giving it to them and having pieces where they can write on the side. Yep, like that, just like that. So that way they can write their flavors.
Anna, will you send me that in a PDF? When not, you don't have to do it right now, but later.
Me too.
That I definitely recommend, because it would have saved us probably about 20 minutes. Then, so then we talked ProBio 5, because I came up and explained ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. And then we talked active. And we said before we talk active, though, Heather's going to come up and share her story, because active is the big thing for her because she has thyroid. And it is literally what helps her not have to nap 24/7. So Heather came up, told her emotional story. And when she's talking about active, we go around and pass out the 3 different flavors, one at a time, so they can see which one they like. Hands down, make sure to do that. It was genius, because all the different people ordered different flavors. Even one loved pineapple lemongrass. Who would have thought? I would never have thought, but I wanted to make sure to have it there. So, and then we talked about how important because then we wanted to talk a little bit. We asked them to open up for questions and they talked about weight loss. So we came on with lean. And at that time, Heather's blending lean. So we talked about the protein balls, but we said there's lots of different ways, but we want you to be able to try them so you can see you don't have to just make protein balls. We want you to be able to see how fast and easy to go it can be. So we poured the chocolate in, passed around, then we poured the creamy vanilla and passed it around. And that, I'm telling you, that was big because some are like, I don't know if I would make the protein balls. They're delicious, but I'm a gotta go kind of girl. I wake up and I have meetings. So that one was delicious. I definitely need the vanilla. So it really helps sell them on taste right out of the gate. We did not have time to even do hydrate because people were like, we just want to sign up. Let's go. So we had to cut it short and start signing people up because Heather didn't know how to sign up because I've done them for her up to this point. Then she obviously came over after and I've walked her through it, but it was just me and Christine. There's a tip. Have laptop computers and your phones. And as many that can be there too, that know how to sign up, have them ready to go. We didn't have our laptops there, so we literally had my phone and her phone. Also, if you're going to do a promo code, because we did a promo code for the first 24 hours, have your promo codes made ahead of time because they can expire and you'll get the money right back into your account if you don't use them. We used them all, but just so you know, that would have saved us time. We were like creating, sending. So there's another.
Did you do share card at all? Like
No, we didn't have time.
triplex? Shoom.
No,
Okay.
because we were doing it. They were talking to us and we were telling them what they needed.
Okay.
And ones were like, okay, tell me what this is. Tell me what, because we didn't go over any more products besides triplex combo, ease, lean, and active. That was all we went over, but all the bottles were sitting out. And so when you're going and meeting with them, you're asking them, what are you looking for? And they would start to tell you, and you're like, so what does this one do? Because I highly recommend you do the one for 112 so you can pick, or the mega bundle one so you can pick. Because that's what a lot of them did was the mega bundle, and then they wanted ProBio, BioCleanse, and then one wanted X Factor Plus, one wanted MetaBurn. I mean, so you just don't know, but they're like, I need this. This is what I struggle with. You need this. Okay, so we're going to add that as your third product. So it really helped having the visuals there to just go through and answer. But if you had the printout, that may help them ahead of time when they come up to you and say, this one says this, tell me more about that. That's probably more of the questions you would get versus, I need this. I don't even know if you have something for it. Okay. And then we did the drawings as we were signing people up. The one for the 2, the other one we did not draw until the next day. The big Joy-On one, because obviously some of them had to leave and they still qualified to be in it because they wanted to sign up right then and there and we couldn't do it. Hope that's your problem. I really do. I want that to be your problem. But if you have laptops up, it'll definitely double the ads. But people were wanting to mingle and talk, and it really was really good having it set up the way it was set up with the chairs. Because afterwards, the ones went and mingled over here with Christine, someone mingled over here with Heather, and then many of us sat there and I went from chair to chair, signing them up. Okay, what do you need? So it worked really well. You wouldn't think that because it's more businessy, but it was actually really good.
What night did you do it?
Tuesday, I believe. Let me look. We did hers, I believe. No, it wasn't a Tuesday. It was a Friday night. Friday night at 6:30.
And you had a good turnout.
Huge turnout. There was
14, right?
14 people and she signed 10.
Mm.
Not all at that night. We would have, we just couldn't. Yeah. So Friday night you would, I didn't know, but you think about it, if you plan it ahead of time and you let them know and you're gonna have cocktails, who doesn't want to relax with a cocktail on a Friday night?
Well,
Yeah.
and 6:30 is a good time because they could still go do something.
Wow. Exactly. Exactly.
Except for me, who say,
See, and like my thought process is like my age, my group of people are all gonna be like kid oriented.
Mhm.
And we have an indoor playground in Missouri Valley. And my
Mhm.
thought process is, gosh, I could get moms there to let kids play for a little bit and then like do the mingling. But even if I brought a couple like of my high school friends to help kind of watch that playground area and then I do my presentation after that, like that would be super fun, I feel like.
Would they want to come there with their kids?
I don't know.
I mean, if it was me when I was back as a mom, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm getting a babysitter. I'm gonna go have a cocktail.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that was me.
it wouldn't be a cocktail. It would be just
Yeah, right,
a
right.
mom and me thing. But because I would love to figure out a way to like. I mean, I've done many in-person events, and I just never have had luck. So
Yes.
I'm like, what piece am I missing on that?
Mhm.
It's the getting people invited piece, but how do you get people to say yes? How did she? Like, what's that look like for her? How did she get people to say yes to
Well, I
coming?
can get her, I can send you her graphic that we made, and then I'll have her send me the wording that she sent. And I will tell you, there were some that came and they just said, Heather just said, come over for cocktails and I'm gonna share something that I found. They're like, I don't even know what this is about, really, but I'm here. Give me a cocktail and I'm in. I trust Heather. So I had that from a couple of them and both of them signed up. They're like, I knew I was, whatever this was she was bringing me to, I was gonna do because I adore Heather and she wouldn't steer me wrong. But now after hearing all of these testimonies, like, this is so big and I want this for my husband and I need this, and daughter and mother and daughter both signed up and they're both sharing already. I mean, it's crazy. You just don't know. But the age group was definitely most of them in their early 50s, the majority of them. There was probably a couple in their 60s. There was one that was 80, but she looked like she was 60. I'm like, damn girl, you look so hot. Like, you look so good. Yeah, I mean, it was insane, but that was more the age group and they all had health. They had something going on with health, so they knew they needed it. And seeing Heather, that's 53, me 52, and Christine 52, 51. I kept saying 52 and she's like 51. But I mean, it just goes to show you are definitely aging backwards. So, but there were a daughter that came with one and another daughter or friend, and they were in their 30s and they both signed. So
I think, so when I was rewatching that Fallon
Fallon,
thing today, and the one that came up afterwards was her and Brittany. And
Mhm.
she said something about that struck me, and she said, if you're looking for people to add or team builders, if your goal is who do you want to work with? Well, and so that just stuck out to me because I'm listening to you saying, okay, well, for different people, doing an event that's cocktails and whatever wouldn't be right. It just kind of depends on who are you going for? What demographic suits us for our team?
Yeah, you have to figure that part out. Because I mean, Marlene is going to have wine, but Marlene is used to doing many events at her house. Her background is party planning. And so it's not uncommon for her to have 2 parties a month not even for her, it's for other people's, like Nail Street, and she just likes to host and decor it and do all the things. So inviting them to this party was not uncommon for them to say yes, to come. She has 44 invited. I don't know how many added. I said, we'll just wait and see. I'll die if there's 44, but I can't imagine because it is on a Friday night as well. So we'll see. I don't know. But she took it, and she took it one step further. And I mean, you don't have to do it this elaborate. You saw the setup for Heather's. It was pretty super simple. Marlene is a party planner, so she is going all out, and this is what she's doing, and it's super cute. But like, she has these from her other parties, and they're wood pieces with little frames that are going to say the name of it, and they're blocked together. She already has it already set up. That's the kind of person she is. But you don't have to go that elaborate. You can go as simple as having it in an area and letting them mingle, letting it be less stressful, but have some type. Sharing the stories was what hit home. Heather cried, they cried over Heather's story. So making sure your person that this party's for shares their journey or their story. Even if they're brand new and they really don't have a story, have them share what their struggles are and their hopes for this. That's so important, because that's the reason those people are there. Does that help? And then when they sign, you getting them on Facebook and having them sign in, of course, but you getting them on Facebook before they leave, and Heather putting you in your person putting you in a 3-way chat or in phone number before you leave that night. So important. Because you have to help guide that and walk that through so they can learn from you on how to duplicate that. And that was it. Any other questions about it? Hopefully I covered
I have
all
lots of notes.
the party, the prizes, and communicating that ahead of time to them to come. And just, you don't need to explain gut health and all that stuff in your inviting. Just tell them, I want to invite you for some cocktails and conversations and to share something that I found. Real casual, get to hang out, have some great appetizers, and get to connect a little at the same time. Because otherwise they're going to get these preconceived, and you don't want that. You don't want them to have a preconceived and not show up because they just don't know what they don't know. So I really liked that part. Ooh,
Thank you very much.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. Your minds are all going.
They are.
I know. Any other questions?
I'm just trying to figure out how to make it work timing wise. Like, I know I have to do evening ones. Like, I'm like, I want to invite people to my house tomorrow now. Like, that's just how,
Which is-
but then I'm like, the realistic part of it, like, what time would be a good time for that? Because if I do it at my house, my kids go to bed at 7, which I know they could go away for, like, they can go to the grandma's for the night or evening or whatever. But is 6:30 too early for my people because they have kids, or is like that's where the mind game is like, when is the good time to do it?
You
Or
won't
is it
know until
5:30 or
Yep.
4:30 or
Or you do pizza in your basement for the kids in the toy room, and you have somebody watching. Send your kids down there and the adults stay up here.
yeah.
you just won't know until you do it. But here's the piece I'm going to tell you.
You
Just
have to
make
do
it, get them locked in and get them locked in as fast as possible. Because when they want to do it, you got to do it. When Heather said she was doing it, we locked it in, and I said, Heather, Christine's flying in anyway. Which date do you want? Because otherwise you'll push it off and you'll push it off and something will come up, or I don't know if this is the right time. And it's not going to be perfect, but at least you're getting it done. And you grow from that one, and then you have another one. Like, we're going to do one in March here together at that place over here at Chimeras. all of us together for March, and then they're gonna do individual ones in April again. They want to continue to do that. So, and I'm all in, but they won't know until they do it. So Tay, I know yours is out of town. So
I'm
I-
zooming in though, so
yes, I
I
would,
find doing it for other people, like, I can make anything work for them. I was just thinking, I want one for myself.
yes,
Making it work for my own personal self to do one is the mind game that I play of what time's good. I can go to somebody else's house anytime that, you know what I mean?
yes, do
So,
it, do it,
yeah.
do it, do it. Yep. Okay, if there's no other questions, good luck. And if you ever want me to zoom in, I'll zoom in, or if it's a large enough one, just you gotta give me time to, and I would fly in. Just like we did for that momentum meetup,
Deal.
okay? All right, love you girls.
Yep.
Have a
Thanks.
good night. Welcome.